All right, buddy.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So you're gonna have to stop talking about Fred Durst now, so we can record this podcast.
I thought that's what I was here for. My specialty of Fred Durst knowledge.
No. So everybody at home, I've brought in the hobo chic, Mr. Kevo Modesto.
I prefer residentially challenged fashionista.
Well, that is lighter. That does have a lighter touch to it.
Stupid.
God damn it! All right. So how's it going, buddy?
It's good.
We brought you in for this little experience. Hi.
Yeah, there's cameras.
There's
lights.
cameras.
I'm kind of nervous.
There's lights. Is it heating you up? Are you getting a little sweaty?
In my pants. Yeah.
And you're like a little swamp ass.
No, like I have an erection.
Oh, that kind of hot.
Whenever the cameras get turned on.
Kevo gets turned on.
Yep.
Boom.
I was gonna say you can't see that at home, but they can see.
I have to proud up.
Yeah. Your adult beverage. Your.
Oh, I have to cover the copyright.
Your lead bite.
So I have brought you in with my studio producer, Mr. Bryan Dunne, who's in here today. Say hi, Bryan.
Hi.
Aw, see, that's so
Man,
cute.
look at that.
He's gonna get so many fucking ladies.
We're gonna get all the likes.
Just drowning in pussy. All right. All right. Yeah. So 10 episodes of the new Game Set Mitch podcast have been
10
done.
episodes.
10.
Woo!
So I'm figuring after every 10, I bring you in.
Okay.
You do a full recap and you just talk shit on everybody that I brought on.
No, I
Just say,
would never. Would
just
never.
say all of the horrible things that you want to let, or just good things. Like,
Sure.
oh, hey, I learned this and this.
Right.
Or I did not learn this, and
Okay.
that person's a big dumb idiot.
All right.
Because there was a Skylar episode, and I assumed that's where you would go.
Well, technically, there was like 1.5 Skylar episodes
Fair. That's fair.
because majority of that one was him in the background going, "I didn't do that."
Oh, that's fair.
That was
He did do a lot of that, and that was pretty annoying.
yeah.
But he was also super drunk.
Well, and he fell asleep too. So
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
cuddled up on the couch.
Yeah, he was. He was
the casting couch?
He was curled up. Well, the casting couch can wear you out when you come to Game Set Mitch, as you know.
So
You had to change shirts. It was terrible.
it was messy, sticky.
So, I figured we fucking hop right in, man. You listen to all of them and
Did I heard them all?
get the interactivity and a little Kevo opinion on all the business. We can just go one by one, or if there's some shit you want to jump right into.
Ooh.
What you thinking, buddy? I'm just pulling up the episodes.
Yeah,
'cause-
I don't know. I mean, so there were two episodes in particular.
Cut that shit, Brian. Cut that.
Yeah, make me look professional. I'm a fucking A-lister.
I'm a science.
Damn it. No, there were two episodes in particular that I did, full disclosure, I turned off. I was like, nope. Can't listen to them. Can't finish them. I was just, I was not engaged.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Super distracted.
Well, now I need to know.
Yeah.
What
No. I'd like you to guess what those two were.
That you disengaged?
Yeah. I was like, I listened about 30. Well, one of them I made about 30 minutes, and I was like, this one isn't for me. The other one I made it, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 minutes, and I was like, ooh, this is too much. I gotta.
Well, for sure. I know for sure one episode was with Matt Lazaro about health and fitness.
Yeah.
You clearly are not going to be about
That was
health.
not for me, my friend. That was not for me. That's like listening to Rogan talk about DMT for 2.5 hours. I'm not on board with it.
But we also talked about toxic
I didn't make it that far.
masculinity.
Didn't make it that far.
We got into other shit.
Well, you know what? Meal prep and working out.
We didn't even talk about meal prep.
I'm pretty sure there was meal prep in there.
No. All right, so you disengaged because what? He wasn't enthusiastic enough for you.
No. It's just not my topic. Not my lane.
Okay. So
I was like, you know
so
what?
So it's not personal. Like I don't have to tell Matt you have personal beef with him.
Right. I'm a vegetarian. I don't have fucking beef.
You don't have beef?
Wow.
Oh, are you going to put that in your next social media biography?
Uh-huh.
I'm a vegetarian. I don't got beef.
I don't got no beef.
Wow.
So, no.
Yeah, that needs to be a
There was
shirt.
nothing
That's
wrong
a
with
shirt
it.
right there.
There's nothing wrong with it. Adam
don't know
seems like a
about that.
super genuine, nice guy.
Did you just say Adam?
Was his name Adam?
Matt, you fucking
Matt?
piece of garbage.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Is this one of those Mandela effect things?
I've never even had a person named Adam on the podcast.
You should have an Adam.
You are not an expert at this podcast, you piece of shit.
I told you I didn't even listen to it.
God damn it. All right, so you disengage from that one. And then I'm going to say probably Alice Quinn and the S&M.
No, that was a good one. I was
you
engaged.
got through
I like that
Oh.
one. That was a good one.
I was figured it got too much for you. I mean, I know you have a sex swing in your common area where your family plays.
The living area.
Yeah.
No. She seems like a sweet gal. I texted you afterwards and I was like, we need to hook her up with our friend. That's what I told you.
That's true.
So.
Was it Paul?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Poor Paul.
I know.
Well, hey, let's do it.
He's literally, he's 3 years away from being the 40-year-old virgin. I'm just going to point this fact out.
Oh, God.
Like, it was a joke back when we were 20.
Right. Like, he's going to be the 40-year-old virgin, guys.
No, he is close to being the 40-year-old virgin.
Jesus Christ.
Think about that. Blow your brain.
No, I don't want to think about it because I'll fucking kill myself. So I don't know. What was the other one you would have disengaged
The
from?
other one was the Jeff Combie. I love Jeff. I love Jeffrey, but man, when you guys started getting deep into the
crypto business,
the XLMs and the doodle-doos and the who's a what's its, I was like, woo, it was white noise.
Really?
I had it. I like I said, I think I made it most of the way through that one, but like,
so it wasn't layman friendly enough to keep engaged. Right. It was way too.
It was too specific.
Shop
he
talk.
was.
Okay.
He would. Is he autistic? Is Jeff autistic? Like, is he on the spectrum? I love Jeff. I love beating him at Game of Thrones board games often.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Remember when we beat him?
Yeah. That
was great.
No, I didn't beat him. You beat him. You tricked me. And fucked me and beat me.
Right. I won.
I literally could have won.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, I could have. You piece of shit. You literally fucked with me and said, no, just, you got to get Jeff and make sure.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, fuck, you're right, Kevo. I trust you. We're really good friends. And then you fucked me.
You're the best of friends.
I didn't even have a cigarette after you fucked me.
Sorry.
All right. So
yeah, no, Jeff.
So
I did.
It was just too much.
Way too
specific on crypto.
Right.
I get that because finance I tune out. Computer science way too deep, and that's literally a combo of both. So I could see that, like, not for people who just don't know it at all being a little much, because I was fucking lost. I said it like 10 times in the episode, like, you're fucking talking smart people stuff that I'm not.
And I should have listened, because apparently crypto is now all the rage. So maybe I should have listened to the whole thing and invested.
You should have, because
then I wouldn't have to be here doing this stupid fucking podcast. Be on the beaches of Tahiti or something.
Well, you missed the huge boom, and then it also crashed. It was like at 42K. Bitcoin was at 42K, dropped to 30. Now it's backed up to like 36. It's that fucking volatile. So I don't know, man. Jeff being my financial advisor in crypto, I've done well.
You've done good. You've done well for yourself.
All I did was listen to Game Set Mitch, now on thethirdbrand.com, and I literally tripled my investment.
Do not listen to this podcast for financial advice.
No, this is where you go. Not Freakonomics or whatever those stupid...
Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
What the fuck is that? Another podcast?
No, isn't that a book? There's a famous book, right?
I don't know.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad or something like that, right? Dave Ramsey?
I don't read.
The Dave Ramsey method? Listen to his radio show.
Sorry, I'm just drinking right now like a fish. It's just really good for me.
Cover up that logo. I don't want you to get sued.
No, I'm covering it up. It's copyrighted.
I'll
I'll blur it if it comes into frame. Super producer, could make sure that's blurred out while I'm just drinking heavily.
From Banheiser-Ush.
All right, so
hold on. I thought about this the other day. This is way off topic.
No, please.
Do you realize Bud Light is just Budweiser, but it's light, right? But now everybody refers to it as Bud Light. Think about that. Growing up, it was Budweiser. You had fucking Budweiser, Bud.
Like, no matter what it is, it's just Bud Light.
Right.
There's no Budweiser.
Right. When you're like, oh, go get some beer, get some Bud Light. Everybody refers to it as Bud Light. Fuck no.
I have noticed that. You don't hear anybody say, let's get some Buds. Let's get some Budweisers.
Bud Light.
Bud Light. You're right. It never is just
I bet you
Bud.
the sales of Bud Light are higher than Budweiser. And wasn't there another one? Was it Bud Ice?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure Bud Ice didn't do very well. Because when I go ice, I go Natty Ice.
Natty Ice, sure.
If I'm going to do ice, I'm going to do it right.
What's the difference between Natty Ice and Natty Light, though?
The strong taste of like piss that just went off a piece of metal.
Well, it is brewed in San Francisco's harbor, so.
So just the runoff, they just filter that through. Double charcoal filtered butt ice.
They didn't charcoal. It's the rocks, man. It's the rocks and the feces. It's a natural filter.
Oh, like crack rocks or rocks or like the like the riprap.
Yeah.
Huh? I taught you that word the other day. The riprap.
I still don't know.
It's just loose rocks placed to help erosion not happen on the beach.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, you learned something new on Game Set Mitch.
Look at that.
So I say just maybe sequential. I'll go like pull out the episode and then we can go over it. And then like if you notice straight up bullshit or something maybe interesting, give me your thoughts.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Sure.
So the very first episode, Tony Finnegan.
Big Tone.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic episode. See, I think the thing that I liked about Tony's that worked is if you were like a local, if you're local, right? If you know Stockton, if you grew up, you've been here, it had those like flares of like, oh yeah, that's right, it's fucking Stockton. Like when Tony talks about Stockton, it makes you want to actually live in Stockton when he tells you those stories.
That is the... And that's probably why he ran for mayor.
Probably.
Because if you can swing somebody that hard, you should probably run.
Yeah. And even though his stories are off the wall fucking crazy, I mean, I don't recall every story that he told, but like, I mean, I've heard, where he's, kicking homeless people out and, guys with guns threaten him and all kinds of shit. Like, I mean, that guy has stories for days, but like, you hear his stories and like growing up in Stockton, his dad being the, the union boss and all that shit. And like, fuck, man. I was like, man, I live in fucking Stockton. Fuck you, everybody. Fuck you, Lodi.
Yeah. And we didn't even get into the Diaz brothers, I don't think.
No,
and that's basically the pride of Stockton.
Right.
I mean, unless you get some rappers in there.
Depressing.
Repping that 209. Remember when the Diaz brothers had that after brawl fight on like Fox when the UFC had like the biggest exposure ever and they just got into
started fighting with everybody?
A street brawl.
Genius. Was it? I don't think that was UFC though. I think that was before that, wasn't it?
It was like UFC on Fox. Remember? Because it was when they had that little deal where they got like on primetime TV, and then they had like, "What's up, motherfucker?" And then they just fucking it out.
See, that's where you're wrong. It wasn't UFC. That was when Nick was fighting the now defunct Elite XC, and they had
on Fox.
Yeah, it wasn't Fox. It was like ABC. Or CBS, it was, I don't know, 15
I just
years
remember
ago
it was
now.
prime time.
Yeah, it was when, I don't remember, I think it was when, was it, I mean, it was somebody in their camp. It was like Jake Shields or like Gilbert
there was
Melendez.
beef. There was hard beef. Nobody was a vegetarian, Kevin.
Nobody was vegetarian in the Diaz camp. And yeah, they brawling in the ring. I think that was that Kimbo Slice fight too.
No, I'm pretty sure it was because it was that same promo. It was that same promotional thing. Like Kimbo was in there, but whatever. All right, so with Tony's episode,
Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, we were both. You were born in Stockton, right?
Uh-huh.
I was born and raised. He was born and raised. Oh, I just farted. That has nothing to do with Stockton, though. Stockton doesn't smell like farts. Just no.
Beg to disagree.
But when I was just bullshitting with him, like owning a business in California sucks.
Right.
Balls.
I don't understand.
And then doing it in Stockton, like practically the most dangerous city in the whole state.
I would venture
possibly
to guess.
top 10 in the country. And he does that, and I just thought, that was fascinating. We get a hot take from this guy.
Yeah, no, I totally, my man crushes on Tony, and his stories are fantastic.
Yeah,
love some Tone.
Well,
Big T.
The next one I got into was Abby. Old Abigail Dawn with her pain management and talking about sex toy parties, things like that.
Was that the second episode?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Yeah, no, hers, you know what? I don't know shit about pain management.
Yeah.
Other than drinking heavily. That's how I manage my mental and physical pain. But no, I mean, for like informationally, like I felt bad for the girl, it's crazy to have all those goddamn surgeries and then be still fucked up and having to deal with it. And like hearing her story, it's one of those things where like that was, I think probably out of, well, no, because I think Nicole's was probably the most emotional one, but like between
the one that's now deleted because we shouldn't talk about active investigations into crime.
Go figure, huh? We'll bypass that one. So we'll say Abby's was definitely the most emotional.
Sure. Okay.
It sucks, man. It's a shitty situation. She's young
right.
girl,
and just dealing with that through all your 20s.
Forever.
When we're out being total fucking morons,
right.
You could fall off a roof and just like, oh, my shoulder kind of hurts.
Yeah.
And she literally can't walk without fucking horrific pain.
Right.
Like,
because of some bullshit fucking surgeon.
right. And he nicks a nerve and then you're just fucked forever.
Done forever.
Yeah.
And like the whole, the weed conversation with her was actually pretty interesting too. I mean, I'm not like a big like weed guy. I mean, I'm, whatever. It's your thing.
You're aware.
Right.
But you're not anti. Well,
no.
You're not anti.
No.
Yeah.
If you want to smoke them up. But like.
Well, I mean, does Jesus tell you?
Jesus loves the weed.
Because it's natural. Is that in the Bible?
Natural from the earth.
He loves the weed.
What's the old Joe Rogan thing that he always says?
I don't fucking know.
In his pocket, right? He's like the burning bush. When
yeah.
Moses saw the burning bush, it was the acacia. It was the acacia plant, and it has hallucinogenic properties. Did you know that? Fucking ridiculous.
Well, that's how you get through the Bible.
Right.
You just this is all just one giant hallucination.
Hemp. Whatnot. Santa Claus is derived from the mushroom.
The fruit mushroom.
Yeah, because it looks like
that.
the colors, and the shaman would sneak in through the chimney.
Like from Mario Brothers. That's like boop, 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 and then you grow bigger because your brain's getting bigger.
Exactly.
That's all a big metaphor.
But no, Abby's podcast, it was good. I enjoyed it way more than like when I saw the topic and when she started talking, I'm like, ooh, I don't know about this one. But no, it was fucking interesting. The theme, at least through the first two, and I think was the third one Mrs. Quinn?
No, the third one was your favorite. QAnon crazy.
Oh!
But we're talking about Abby. We're gonna hold on.
Yeah. Anyways, fucking no. The first two, it paid that you had people who knew their shit and that could also tell a story.
Yeah.
And I think the better podcasts that you've done are the ones where you're asking questions, but you're also digging deeper into it. Like you're pushing back.
Like the health and fitness one with Matt.
Yeah, just like that with Adam.
Piece of shit. No, but I wanted to bring Abby on because she had a fucking hell of a story, and
right.
when she was telling how close suicide was,
yeah,
I guess constant horrific pain all the time. I mean, there's depression like suicide, and there's other reasons but just constant horrible pain.
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude. I mean, faced with that, I don't know how strong I would be,
it's a rough ass life to be so young and still dealing with it.
Yeah, right. You're not a 70-year-old, that where you could kind of see that happening.
Not even that, but you could be, I mean, I know Abby obviously a little bit here and there, but she, is young, and I mean, from my understanding, she doesn't really let it inhibit her as much as possible. Are you
saying she's a hot piece of ass?
No.
What? No? You're not saying that?
No.
Oh, okay.
She is a gentle young lady.
You hear that, Mrs. Modesto? He doesn't.
She's a gentle young soul. No, but I mean, she's certainly lived her life and hasn't let it, inhibit her as much as possible. And fuck, man, if that was me, dude, I'd be Skylar. I'd be complaining about everything.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you could.
I'd be a real Skylar.
I could see you turning into a Skylar, just whining about everything.
100%.
Yeah, okay.
Real Skylar.
All right. Well, with Abby's, that was one of the ones where I was just I had to bring her on because that pulls on the old heartstrings, man.
Yep.
No, but it was a good thing. And then she talked about how she has the weird innate ability to talk girls into doing butt sex.
Yeah.
That was just a thing in there.
Just like a little sprinkle of booty stuff.
That really just popped right in my brain.
It
has a special place.
The butt stuff. It's an exit, not an entry, right?
Is this Jesus talking, or is this Kevo Modesto talking?
This is logic.
Jesus speaks through you.
This is logic. This is logical.
God damn it!
It's an exit, not an entry. But hey, much respect to anybody who could convince their partner to dig deep.
Super producer Bryan Dunne, you're a big fan of the butt stuff, right? That's all I needed to hear. All right, and then the next episode was the one where you decided to just hit me up wow.
Yeah.
Jason Coyle.
Yeah. How are we going to refer to him? I mean, can we call him Jason or Q?
How about Mr. Coyle?
I think, the best part is that we can now reflectively look back on all the things that that he said, and the election has happened.
Yeah, election's over now.
And what Trump has and hasn't done, and just sit back and smile. Smile, a cheery little smile.
Look, he's still in office for like 2 or 3 more days.
You never know, right?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe he declassifies everything.
Yeah, and then we know all the Satan-worshipping pedophiles
Right.
and who they are.
Sure, Podesta.
The storm
And,
is coming. Where we go one, we go all.
So-
I read that on the internet.
So, okay. This is probably the only podcast that I had where I like texted you and I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing right now? Like, you have to rein him in.
I wanted to let him go.
No.
I just wanted to take the reins off and
What is that?
let that stallion run free, baby.
I don't even know. At one point, he made like an absurd comment, and he was just like, "But I mean, it's not like that's in question." I'm like, "What? No, no. The moon is not a space base. It is not hollow on the other. What? No, you can't just make
I mean, it's not even in question that the astronauts heard an echo from inside the hollow moon.
of the moon because it's hollow. But I mean, that's not even
that's
it's not
in question. That's not the question here, Kevo.
Right. And that JFK Jr. apparently faked his death. I had to, he mentioned the person, and I had to like Google it to be like, okay, who the fuck do they think JFK is, right? So I didn't. I'm like, what the fuck? This guy? No! This looks like a homeless man. You think he's a master manipulator who's like, I'm JFK. I'm going to trick everybody.
Junior.
Sorry, yes, Junior.
Well, because he was really good friends with Trump, so he faked his death to help for like 20 years to make Trump become president.
Right. Because
I don't know why you're not following this, Kevin.
Well, and I mean, he had the Washington magazine that was released prior to his death that talked about what happened if he died or whatever. But that's not a question. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's in the magazine.
Fact. What? No. Stop it.
No, come on. Come on.
Super producer, can you insert the Michael Jordan stop it gif right here to this camera? Stop it. Stop it. Just like superimpose Michael Jordan's face on me. Stop it. We got to stop this nonsense.
Oh, God.
Bullshit.
Yeah, but no, I went into that one like, am I going to play that role where I'm just stopping him in the middle of his rants or like going off to total crazy town? Or am I going to let loose? I tried to be somewhere in the middle, a little bit more towards letting him loose.
Yeah.
And I challenged barely enough, but I was
towards
just
the end, you kind of were questioning something.
I just need this to just go. I need to see how deep like it can go.
Apparently super deep.
Super fucking deep.
Way deep. And
yeah.
you know what? I have no comments to make at this point. Like, it's just, okay, again, I asked you this question. Is he real? Is this an act? Like, was when he was sitting here, was he like, like laughing as he was saying stuff, like under his breath, like, oh, this is bullshit?
No, it was.
So he looked you in the eye.
Yeah.
And he told you
the moon is a spaceship.
The moon is a spaceship. And we've maybe have or have not been to the moon. Or still planning a moon base.
Yeah. Like you're saying, like, oh, it was a satire. It was a satire.
Yeah,
he was
yes,
being a wild man.
I texted you. He's not serious. Silly goose.
100% serious, and that's why it had to happen.
That breaks my heart a little more.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Humanity.
Who's the fuckface that he used to go on Rogan all the time, and then he went down the fucking toilet and did like late night live YouTubes?
Owen Benjamin?
Yeah. Remember? You fucking loved that fucking spiral descent into madness.
That was great because it wasn't somebody that I know. I mean, not that I know, Mr. Cole, but like...
Coyle.
See?
You did that on purpose.
I did.
You fucking piece of shit.
I'm not good with names.
Adam Lazaro. Fuck you.
Come on, think back to Lost Tales. Everybody gets a new name.
Thanks for combining them too. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, by the way, one of the stars of the Lost Tales of Adventuring.
Where?
This guy right here.
Me?
This guy.
That's me.
This gentleman. Sorry to point at you. So, like, in all, like, you hadn't even finished the episode, and you texted me.
Oh, I had to stop several times and message you to be like, what the fuck is going on over in that house? What is happening? Honestly, I really wish that going back now, that I would have written down all the shit that he said to be like, No.
Point one.
Yeah, no. Empty moon spaceship.
He went deep into QAnon.
Deep into the Q.
Is it QAnon? QAnon?
I don't know.
Okay.
Did he discuss time traveling Baron Trump?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bullshit.
You don't know. Prove it.
Okay, look.
Prove
hold on.
that it's
hold
bullshit.
On. Hold the fucking phone for a second, though.
Prove that it's
Can we
bullshit.
just discuss, because and it is a fact, there is a book called, what is it? The Adventures of Baron Trump,
yeah.
right? Where he's like a time traveler, right? Mm-hmm. That is kind of fucking weird, but it's not Q weird. It's not real. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
God damn it. Son of a bitch. I let it go, and then I asked questions because I had random shit that I'd come across. So I was like, I'm not gonna go down this rabbit hole because it's easy. Because you're just like, how crazy can this get? Because I like to just fucking let's ride it,
let loose,
just ride the crazy time
right?
train.
Hop on, buckle up.
Yeah, but no, he totally hook, line, sinker, and there's still 2 or 3 days left for him to be truthful.
Right.
It could all be real, Kevin.
Pizzagate. Ordering
hot dogs and pizza.
Hot dogs and pizza.
Hot dogs, little
code
boys.
Word. It's code words.
Pizza, little girls.
Right. Mm-hmm. See, I think, so when you...
These are the Podesta emails. Pizza and hot dogs were in the emails,
right.
Kevin.
Oh, I get it.
They were in there.
They were there. Fact.
Thank you. Yeah.
Fact. Fact. You little, like, stamp, like, graphic. Fact. No, but, like, so this is the thing with, like, with the Q folk, right?
Okay.
They take like these little like kernels of like semi-truth, and they're like, but wait, there's more. Like, yeah, like I think that the pizza, whatever the Astro Blaster pizza or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
I think like one of their logos or symbols was like kind of sort of like the pedo logo.
The pedophile logo.
Right? Like the tree or whatever with the fourth. Like, yeah, okay, I get it. I see where the
symbology.
Yeah, exactly.
The symbolism.
Right. But then you get into like, well, yeah, but Obama was ordering little boys and girls to rape in his basement in a sex dungeon. Like, no. It could be one thing. That's cool. Yes, there's a book called The Space Adventures of Baron Trump or whatever the fuck it is. Yes, that's a thing, right? Mm-hmm. Sure. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that Donald Trump's a time traveler.
I don't know why you can't connect the dots.
Yeah, well.
I mean...
Let's call him. Let's have him explain it to me.
What do we have to do to show you, Kevin?
Open my eyes. Open them.
All right, I'm gonna open your eyes off camera though.
Like
Rogan. Oh, off camera.
Off camera, we'll discuss.
Off camera, I'll show you.
I got information to share with you. Don't worry, it just can't be here.
So yeah, in the end, like you, I don't know if you had a favorite episode, but I remember you had a lot to say about that one. And
yeah,
that one was pretty
definitely
fun.
my most. What would be the term? My most. What is it when something like get your goat
captivating?
Yeah. Most engaging episode. Yeah.
Right.
You got the rise out of me.
All right, I like it. All right, so
well done, Mr. Cole.
Stop it.
Stop it. It's enough.
So, next one was Alice Quinn.
Yeah.
I thought that you tuned out. Apparently you were fucking all about fucking wild sexual escapades.
No, see, but this is the thing, and this is where I'll be 100% honest with you. This is where your podcast is actually engaging and it's not bullshit, because most of your stuff is bullshit, right?
Kevin, stop.
No, the interesting part is like you bring people on, right? Like she's like a kink expert, right? Mm-hmm. But it wasn't so much the stories about like the weird kinky shit. It's like how it applies to her life and like why it's important. Like you're getting like the emotional toll, like right. You're talking to a person. Like she could have come on and be like, so we use this fucking gas powered dildo and we ram it up this dude's butthole and then we lock him up with the chastity. Like she could do that. It's not interesting, right? Yeah. But no, she's talking about how you go to parties and you meet the people and you do this and you do the that's and like this is what it's all about and like that's interesting. Like she could be talking about Bitcoin. And as long as it was engaging, right, and it wasn't down the rabbit hole, that's interesting, right? So, no, for her, I mean, yeah, of course, yeah, it's fucking crazy to hear about a person who's that sexually wild, like that, you'd see that on...
The episode started with, I had to hold the episode to start for a second, because she got a call about a gangbang.
Right.
That was magic.
Yes.
That was amazing.
Right.
Because she showed me.
to hear, I think at one point in there, she was like, yeah, so for my birthday, I think I want to do a gangbang. Like, I just want a cake and like maybe some like barbecue ribs. Like, I don't think I want a gangbang. But hey,
oh, come on.
But that is her thing, and that is fine. I welcome her with open arms. Oh, to the extended podcast family. All of these people are part of my family now.
We had a discussion. What's the difference between a gangbang and an orgy?
We did have that discussion the other day. You should ask her.
She would know specifically because we had to just like...
We made our own definition.
Yeah. Like gangbang was singular female.
Gangbang.
Or even two females, but there had to be multiple dudes to each chick.
Right. It's got to be
That's a gangbang.
It's got to be a +2 for every... So if you're...
For every female.
Right. For every female. You got to have a +2 for it to be a gangbang.
Then an orgy is just lots of people having sex with each other. Male and female.
Male and female. It's got to be at least... You can't have a differential of 1. So like 1 would be it. So like if you had like 8 guys and 9 girls, or like 9 guys and 8 girls, that's it. Once you add in 1 more guy, you're in dangerous territory.
Then it's okay. Then you're crossing that threshold of gangbangness.
The event horizon of gangbang is approaching. So that's a thing.
That's gonna be my next band name. The event horizon of gangbang.
That's good. It's in a college band.
Oh God, it's so good.
I was in an alt rock band in college.
My alt rock indie band.
So yeah, no, she super interesting, and like I told you, I texted you and I was like, we gotta hook her up with our buddy Paul. Like,
yeah, she needs to break him in.
She needs to break him.
Yeah,
and like she was all about like the whole like virgin thing. Like she was like, oh, that would be fun.
Oh, you're right.
You know. And you said, well, maybe we probably shouldn't comment on like her specifically because maybe she doesn't want to be like known.
What do you want to know, buddy? Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say you said she was like of Asian descent.
That is correct.
And Paul's an Asian girl.
Oh yeah, because he's looking for Nintendo-y anime.
He's looking into the waifu,
jerking off to cartoons all day.
He loves.
Wait, he doesn't take part in the sins of the flesh until he's married. Isn't that?
I bet she does.
Do you think he's crossed the threshold?
I like how this
is
probably
the event horizon of virginity.
This is probably super problematic that we're setting her up with him. So
no, it's amazing.
I feel super dirty about this.
No, I had a whole fucking podcast trying to talk Skylar into giving a homeless guy a hand job.
It's true.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
No, but with her, I'm trying to think, like, was there anything that we did not get into that you were just like, why didn't you ever talk about that?
She fucking laid it all to bear.
Right. We got into the fucking smorgasbord. Right. Like, there was, like, bondage, butt stuff, gangbangs.
Right. Swinger parties.
Pansexuality.
Yeah.
Trannies. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that a problem?
That's a problematic word, friend.
I'm sorry. I need
correct
to
yourself.
Update my
trans
verbiage.
People.
Update my verbiage.
Trans people.
Trans people. God damn it. I don't know. A dick buffet.
Oh, that's right.
But
so let me ask you a question. Do you
away.
think so not to hopefully, we'll get there.
Okay.
But do you think she has a bigger sex drawer or Skylar and Brandy have the bigger sex drawer? Do they know each other?
You just rock my mind right
Have
now.
they ever met each other?
No, I would never do that. That's like crossing the streams with the Ghostbusters.
Right. You never cross streams.
Something horrible would happen.
I'll just
it would implode. Yeah, no. You can't. It's like in Time Cop. The same matter cannot occupy the same space.
Right.
It'll all just implode on itself. We can't do that.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess, Brandon and Skylar probably have more of like singular items, like multiples. She has a more smorgasbord, like arranged.
Right. You think she's got like a rack, like above her bed.
Yes.
And
like she
chains.
has way more like variety of shit.
Sure.
Skylar and Brandy probably have a fuck ton of like vibrators in different sizes, and Skylar literally melted one to custom make double sided.
Yeah. I'm still mad he hasn't made me one yet, but.
Oh, double-sided?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll do that for you. Your birthday's coming up in like 2 months.
I know. I can't wait.
Be a big birthday boy.
Fingers crossed.
But no, that kinky shit, like, some people will be open and honest with it, but it's still taboo. I mean, dating is a little more wild. I mean,
but the thing that I'll say is like her, like she had some crazy stories, of course, and like discussing the shit that she's into.
Sure.
Like fairly extreme, but it wasn't to me listening to it. It wasn't like obnoxious or like
Sure.
It wasn't like graphic. Like I feel like she was talking about something like this probably sounds super weird. Like you know how like when people with kids talk about their kids with like love, like she talks about cream pies with love. She talks about getting cummed into with love, and it's like. If she's just like, yeah, I just like it when dudes just nut all up all in me and it's all just dripping out and stuff. And I'm like, that would be gross. I would not listen to that. But she's like, I love it. It's so sweet when they do that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
All right, sure.
Oh, okay. So just smoothing out the rough edge of the graphicness.
Again, when you talk about something that you're passionate about, right? Or something that you care about, be it Bitcoin
or QAnon.
Or Q.
Or the moon spaceship.
Then it's at least interesting, right? I didn't think so. Just to go back, I didn't think that Mr. Coles was uninteresting. It was super interesting.
Yeah,
but like I told you, it was like watching somebody descend into madness.
Yeah,
like
which is good podcast material. Yeah,
agreed.
But with hers, I just remembered like she fucking the whole spectrum of shit. Like I know a few people that are like, oh, I'd like handcuffs thing.
Right.
She fucking took it to exponential different level, and I was just like, all right, I gotta talk to this lady.
It's how did you meet her? How do you know her?
We shouldn't get into that.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up!
Mitchy into cream pie. Mitchy like. Stop it. Stop it.
So Matt Lazzaro was the next episode.
Who?
Oh, God. Adam Lazzaro.
Oh, Adam. Yeah. Okay.
No, I brought him on because he has a small business and he was dealing with COVID.
Right.
And we got into that a little bit too, but he knows his shit. Like
he was very knowledgeable.
A whole fuckload more than I do.
He was super knowledgeable into the health stuff and like again, the reason why I didn't turn it off after 10 minutes was because he was engaging to the point of talking about his business and how he built his business and
not just
transition, not just the health stuff. And who
you
knows?
Need to make sure you have sweet potatoes and broccoli.
Right. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'll go back and listen to the whole thing. But again, when
you should,
So again, it wasn't bad, but I was certainly not that one. I had like a semi-choke.
No, I get it. Like, because if Rogan has on fucking blah, blah, blah person, you're saying, I can skip it. I don't need 3 hours to waste on probably when I'm not going to be that interested. I get it. I mean, health and fitness, I'm not listening to health and fitness podcasts. I just figured giving my unhealthiness over to his healthy. No, shut the fuck up.
Huh?
I fucking hate you. No, I just figured and we got into the toxic masculinity shit and just the ridiculousness of that and like how soft guys are becoming. We ended up getting into that after more of the health fitness stuff, but as a dude who's just fucking alpha fucking dude, knows his shit and can stay on top of it, and literally I stay in shape just in case there's just like a pickup basketball game and I can just kick someone's ass. I mean, I was like, nah. That's pretty fucking manly. And there's no manliness around anymore.
No, there's really not. I mean, in fairness, maybe I didn't like it as much because he is a very handsome man, and it's pretty intimidating.
So intimidation,
right? So like when I listen to him, I'm like, fuck, he fucking looks that good, and he's in health or he's in shape. Like, whoo, what a dreamboat!
God damn it! You hear that, Matt? When you're listening, Kevo wants to take off a piece.
Adam, you look great.
God damn it! So you didn't fucking listen to it, so you can't fucking give me any. But I just
I can tell you from what I heard, right? And this is a very common theme, and we'll continue to go back to it. Please. When you talk to people who are passionate about their topic, and you let them talk, but you also engage with them, those are the better episodes. Those are the good
less ones. Me.
No, I think you need to engage with it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Ask the questions. Explore.
So letting QAnon just run wild, you were just like, we gotta, come on.
Right, there's got to be some roadblocks.
Let's get this back on track.
I would have liked to have had you say, whoa. What? Time travel?
Hey, he had a book, Barron Trump.
Yeah.
Donald's kid's named Barron.
Barron.
It talked about how in the book Barron Trump's grandfather or grandson or whatever the fuck with time traveling became president.
I don't think that's true.
No, it is.
I don't.
100% president of the
true.
United States. That's why it got so much traction.
Wasn't Barron's like mentor named Donald also?
Donald was a name in the book, but I don't know if it was a mentor.
I thought it was like his mentor.
I don't remember. I just remember some relative of Barron in the book became president of the United States.
How fucked up is Barron Trump, man? That poor kid. Like, if he wasn't fucked up before, like, Jesus, man, after 4 years and like, ugh, that poor child.
Ah, fuck that.
CPS needs to take him away.
Oh, fucking kid's got gold-plated fucking everything.
He'll be dead by a drug overdose. In 20.
Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, maybe he's gonna have some fun, but he can responsibly do all the drugs. I heard it on a Rogan episode. Yeah, you can just do.
That's what you need to have on.
drugs.
That's how you need to have on next is like a super pro drug person.
A drug person?
That'd be good.
I know a few of those.
I mean, but I'm talking like super pro.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Well, I mean,
They may have to.
I can just wander down Stockton and find one too.
You may have to broadcast under anonymity with that one, though.
And then also, 2 eggs in one basket. Hey, my buddy Skylar's looking for a homeless guy to jerk off.
To jerky jerk. Problem solved.
Yeah. Two birds, one stone.
Let's do some blow.
Always trying to be efficient.
Let's do some blow and jerk off a homeless guy.
Skylar's all about it. Yeah, I see him into it. All right. So after Matt, I brought in Nick Aragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, our stand-up comedy buddy.
Yeah.
And we'd actually done some random skits and bits when YouTube
Right.
was still in its infancy, but
For sure. No, I like Nick. He we're Facebook friends.
like Nick.
No, not like that. No. He's
Like Nick.
No. He's too dark skinned. I don't. It's not for me. It's not. For me. No, he.
That's fair. Jesus Christ.
No, he fucking super interesting to like dig into the world of like stand-up comedy, especially in 2020. Like,
Fuck.
You know, I mean, again, I've heard a million podcasts with people, with comedians
Sure.
and shit like that. You know, they talk about the craft and the trade and stuff. And like, not to say that's not interesting because everybody's story
It's
is
just getting
different.
a little old, yeah.
But to hear about it in 2020 and what that looks like and how it's changed him and like evolved him, fucking super interesting. Like, as a person, like that's I mean, look, this is a comedy podcast, right? We like to tell jokes.
Make some jokes.
Make you some jokes.
Yeah.
So when you have somebody like that you can respect what they're saying because
No,
they
I don't
respect it.
respect him.
Oh, that's
Zero.
the skin.
God damn it.
No. But no, it's super fucking interesting. What did he hurt? How did he hurt himself? What did he do? He kept talking about that. The fuck did he do?
Did
he tell you? Did he fall down some stairs?
I don't remember.
Wow, you're a horrible friend.
That's why you're here to recap. You listened.
He didn't say what happened. He just said he hurt himself. I assumed as a friend that you asked.
I asked about it. Yeah, it was a skiing accident.
Nick, if this is true, please call in.
No, it was a skiing accident.
This is live, right?
No, God damn it.
But no, fucking super interesting. And I'm going to make this announcement now.
Oh.
And I hope he hears me. And if he doesn't pass it along, I want to be on a Shitty Jobs podcast. I want to be a guest on his podcast.
Is that right? You do now.
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to talk about shitty jobs that I've had.
Oh, wow. Look at that. What is podcast called?
I don't think he said.
No, but you're such a fan and you listen to it. I mean,
I don't know.
Wait, so you want to be on a podcast, but you don't even know the title?
I don't remember the name. He said it like one time.
Oh, man. So you haven't listened then.
It was.
You're not even a fan. Like, you're not
Listen.
Helping him evolve.
Listen, I didn't
gain
want to go.
traction.
I didn't want to go down this route, but it was really hard to understand him with his Hispanic accent.
God damn it.
Or is it Italian? Does he have an Italian accent?
Damn it.
Hispanic. But no, that's actually one of the things that was super interesting to hear him talk about. Because you know how you, like, I'm sure every comedian or actor in the business has like a story. Like, what do you want to do? And he was like, honestly, I want to be just a recurring character on a sitcom that comes in with like a zany line. Like, and I'm like, yeah, I can fucking respect that. You show up for work, you know, I don't know, maybe you work 2 weeks per month, and then you go out and you do your stand up and you do your writing and all that other shit. Like, yeah, that makes fucking plenty of sense. I want that.
So you're saying when Nick gets his recurring sitcom character, he just goes on delay, then you
Right.
are really a big fan of that.
Big fan. Or does he say, "Ay caramba"? See, the people at home don't get it, right? Because they probably haven't
That
seen.
you're a clan member?
No, they haven't seen him. That he looks very ethnically like specific, but super generic. Like he looks like he could be Italian.
Oh, see, I thought you were going, oh, he's going to go with a compliment. No, not a compliment.
Yeah, I think it's a compliment. He can play many roles. He looks
Oh,
like he could be
that's true.
Italian, Spanish, Latin.
Middle Eastern?
He could pull off Middle Eastern.
Yeah. Think he's a Saudi? Iranian?
Yeah, maybe or Egyptian.
Oh, Egyptian.
Like I've seen a lot of those, because for whatever reason Netflix has been uploading a lot of like Middle Eastern programming.
Oh, yeah,
over the
Bollywood,
last
bro.
year.
You don't know about Bollywood?
And all those people it's like they all
Those people.
they look
Way
beautiful.
to go. Way to win them over.
They look beautiful with eyeliner. Let me just say that. And they all wear eyeliner.
Well, yeah, Nick, when he came in, had really good guy liner on.
Did he? It's classic.
It really just brought me back to early 2000s when emo was a thing, and lots of guys who experimented with their sexuality and look did the guy liner.
The guy liner, yeah.
You did guy liner, right?
I did.
You a lot
Wait,
of guy
no,
liner.
no, I
you
didn't.
did a lot of guy
No,
liner.
not at all.
Yeah. You had the white pales. I was gonna say makeup, but you just have
Just
white
white
pale
pale
skin.
skin, yeah. Those bags under my eyes, those are natural. Those dark circles are from 20 years of drinking heavily.
Oh, God, yeah, it'll break you down. And
Crazy to think we've been drinking for 20 years.
I've been drinking for more than that.
Well, okay, but I mean, let's be honest, 20, maybe 25.
I've been drinking a long time.
You have not been drinking longer than 25 years.
Okay, maybe not.
You were not drinking at 12 years old. You fucking weren't, you piece of shit. I know you. You're a good Christian boy with good Christian parents.
That's not true at all.
They love you and they love the Lord.
But I wanted to bring Nick in because when I was in SoCal for all that time, I had a lot of experience with different folks. There were stand-up people, writers, actors. There's all kinds of different things. And I just remember so many stand-up guys just being the biggest assholes. Not even playfully, ribbing, just being assholes. And I figure it was because of the times. It was before YouTube really blew up and you could have an audience.
Right.
You just had to fucking be cutthroat around everybody around you.
Everybody's
And then
stealing stage time.
Nick's a decent, nice human being. And I think he's part of shit changing a little bit there. He's actually a decent, nice guy, but he can also still go hard with some fucking routines or whatever. And yeah.
Good. Nick's honestly a nice guy. Probably I don't know all of his demons in his closet, and I'm sure he has plenty because anybody involved in comedy has got plenty of skeletons.
I thought you were going to say anybody who's Hispanic.
Anybody who's probably a terrorist is definitely got skeletons in their closet.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, no, and I will say one of the things I took note in his podcast that terrified me was his description of having to do Zoom comedy shows at corporate events. I'm like, who no? Who, baby Jesus, no. No, thank you.
And some of that stuff, just trying to get anything, just get any exposure at all. When he had that whole story about sucking a dick just to get 5 minminutes of open
stage.
mic time.
Right. And then he bombed it.
To overcome that.
I'm just proud that he swallowed. Because I'll be honest, a lot of comedians nowadays, they don't do the swallow. They don't do the follow through.
Well, when it was cutthroat, that was just a given.
Right. You had to
swallow.
Right. And now it's it's a courtesy.
It's lightening up.
Right.
You want some extra points.
30 extra seconds on stage.
See, we're getting into the cream pie stuff again. So. But yeah, speaking of all that horribleness, the nicest, cleanest interview I have ever done in my life.
Man.
With
did the lights just get brighter in here?
Yeah. Because the Lord is shining
just
on
mentioning Carrie's name.
Carrie Harlow.
I don't understand how a human being like that even knows you. You are a disgusting human being. And the fact that she even knows your name, either A, it's sad, or it gives me hope in life.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to respond.
Right.
Other than agreeing.
Sure.
Because Carrie's one of those like good human beings that are so rare.
Super rare.
Yeah.
I, out of respect for Carrie, since we're talking about her, I'm not going to cuss right now just because of it.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not going to say any bad words. I'm not going to say anything R-rated. Wow. This is PG-13 only.
Say fuck.
No. You think I need $1?
Do it. Say
Who
fuck.
am I, Skylar?
Say fuck.
No.
Do
Anyways, back. I'm not going to do it. Set
Say
it on the table.
damn.
No.
Say pussy.
No.
Do it.
I'm not.
That's your favorite one.
I'm not. I want you so bad. I want that $1. No.
Oh, look at that. It's a $20 bill.
Oh, now we're talking.
No.
No. Not going to do it.
Wow, he held strong.
I'm not going to do it. Carrie
No,
has
sit
inspired
down,
me.
producer Bryan. You're doing this for free.
He's like, money. No, super interesting. Again, but Carrie, the interesting part with her is obviously, I mean, I don't know a single person who's lived the life that she's lived at this age anyways. Like, she's had, like, I've been working at Disney World, obviously the whole college thing, doing the masseusin, working up in the snow. Like, it's crazy. Like, she's our age, obviously. Yeah. And she has a plethora of experience. It is crazy.
Yeah, like, all of the shit she's done. Like, and she's also traveled all over the fucking world. And I'm like, God.
Right.
Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it. See? She's changing you already.
Changing you already. No! I just can't have it.
But no, I mean, her stories of like Disney, and see, this is a perfect example why her podcast works, and then you go back to like Alice Quinn's podcast works, right? Like two polar opposites, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you have like Carrie who's talking about something that she loves, right? She's talking about her life and passion and shit like that. Oh, you got me. Said shit. Damn it. Oh,
I'll
take the $20. No.
No. I'm not paying you shit. You turned it down. You lost $1.
But no, her talking about that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And
there was the passion behind
right.
it.
And
there's
like
that commonality. Yeah.
And I think that podcast worked too because, I mean, obviously you and Carrie have known each other for
a long time,
right? You guys have like a history of friendship that you've built and everything like that. So like when you're talking, and I told Heather this too, Mrs. Modesto. I told Mrs. Modesto this as well, that like, because she was like, what the hell are they even going to talk about? I was like, I don't know. This is interesting. But I told her, I was like, it's like you're listening to two friends talk about stuff. And like, that's what it was. It was like you guys were a conversation and we were just participating, like listening to you guys talk. Super interesting.
Oh, hey, that's a good way to put it, because I brought her in because obviously she's experienced a whole lot, and she's so far polar opposite to a lot of the people that I've come across, even me.
Right.
And like, she still is my friend.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I need to reward this person.
Right. For sure. With something.
By making me content.
I will say I find it odd that the two nicest people that I have ever met in my life are both Mormon people.
Yeah, that's not a coincidence. Yeah. The nicest human beings are Mormon.
Kind of odd, I feel like, in a weird way.
Are you saying she's part of a cult?
No, I'm saying that maybe I need to be a Mormon. Like, they have nice people.
I'm going to give Carrie your number.
Thanks.
She'll help you out.
Thanks.
She's going to show you the light, buddy.
Evangelize me.
Yeah.
No, I mean, again, I carried super sweet. I know her mom because maybe.
Oh, don't.
No, she's a speech therapist. So my kids love Mrs. Harlow.
Oh,
great! Fantastic human being. Their whole family is great.
They're nice people. Like that.
Like not
happen.
Me. Like I'm a bad guy.
Like clearly, there has to be an opposite side of this where they are sacrificing human beings in a basement.
There has to be something
somewhere to keep it.
There has to be something
level it out.
It's like the purge, right? The reason that we have the purge is to release all of those toxins, right?
Now I can be a nice person.
Now I can be a nice person. Are the Mormons having like their own secret purge?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
Well, maybe I am.
That's why they have so many kids. So if one goes missing, we don't know.
They just do a household purge.
Yeah.
That's good.
Didn't you have 8 kids? No, we've always had 7.
Silly goose.
But
have some of this apple pie.
No, come inside and play some pork cheese.
Would you like some roast?
But no, she like I want to have her on because like obviously she's interesting and she's done all that stuff, but she's also such a nice person,
right?
And all the people I have on, they're like, yeah, not as nice as Carrie.
Right. And can I love when, so like now in her life, obviously she's what's the term? Is it masseuse or is it massage therapist?
It's a massage therapist.
Okay.
You piece of garbage.
I didn't remember
you
which
piece
one
of
it was.
Human fucking garbage.
When she was talking about how whatever resort she worked at up in Nevada, and she's like, yeah, and this guy, he like invited me over and like he wanted to come over late at night, and I was like, I guess that's fine. I'm like, oh boy, okay, I don't like where the story is
Carrie,
going.
The red flags, Carrie.
I'm like, thank God she still has her skin, because he was probably going to flay her.
Massage her.
Right? And she's like, I think he probably wanted something else. Yes, he did.
Carrie. Yeah,
100%, Carrie. You made the right call by never going back there again.
No, and that's the thing too. When you're so nice, like obviously she's smart enough to not go do that,
right.
But when that niceness can lead to a little bit of naivety. That's why I'm really mean and terrible to my nieces to make them know the world is a bad place and you have to be prepared.
They've got to be prepared for the toughness that is the world.
Like the youngest one, I'll put her in a sleeper hold till she goes to sleep.
Like all the way?
Yeah, because if you soften it up, it's like you're letting them off.
Right. You're letting them off easy. I like when I choke out kids, like really good. Like I love it when they wake up and like that fear on their face as they're gasping for air. So good.
You have a boner again. God damn it. But no, I think I said it in the podcast. She brought me a plate of cookies.
Yeah.
Before the podcast, she brought me cookies.
I'm assuming they were amazing cookies.
They were really fucking good.
What kind were they?
Really Fargan. They're really good.
Okay.
But no, they were chocolate chip.
Are those the ones that I saw in the garbage?
Those are gone. That was weeks ago, you lying piece of shit. I ate every last one of them, and that's why I remain fat. But she brought those over, and they were fucking good because they were homemade, not like the tube you just cut and slap on. Mm-hmm. Homemade to the T, chocolate chip cookies.
She's going to make some guy a lucky fella.
Yeah.
It's not going to be you, though.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to her. She's a good person. No, with after hers, I did the Nicole's, but I had to end up deleting it.
Right.
But you did listen to it before it was deleted.
I did listen to it. I actually, I loved that episode because it spanned the fucking the gamut. Like it was
very wide spectrum of shit. Yeah,
and like it took that hard right turn at the end with like the whole like swinger lifestyle stuff. Like
I was like, whoa.
But I mean, obviously, without getting into the details, because there's a reason why it's not posted online anymore. That girl has lived a life. Man.
Yeah, and shit.
I mean, I suppose we could probably talk about like her husband stuff, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So like,
we can talk about whatever. We're not going to say the specifics.
I guess that's true. Either way, the amount of just trauma that she's had.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've ever met Nicole. Maybe once at like one of your like
maybe
Christmas parties
thing, I don't know.
Or something like that. But like, I don't know her, really at all. But like, she seems fairly balanced for the most part.
Fucked up shit. Yeah.
Much fucked up shit that she's had, and like, I remember hearing the stories and the news stories of like the stuff that had happened.
Yeah.
Right. And like, holy fuck, man! Like, it's so rough, and the fact that she is even alive to talk about it,
right,
is bonker town.
Yeah, no, and I mean, fuck it. For the people who know, I mean, you can't apparently talk about an active, ongoing criminal trial.
Go figure.
Apparently, that's a bad boo-boo.
That's a no-no?
Apparently, that's a no-no, and so I had to delete it. But talking to her about that shit, man, fuck. Peeking behind the curtain.
Yeah.
That.
Right. Yeah, you get a picture of like the criminal side of things and like what the toll that it took on like her life and her relationship with her family, like all that stuff versus the legal side of things and having to deal with like the God, dude.
Yeah, but and another thing was that so much of those heinous fucked up crimes and stuff is from, the sensationalized, the cops doing the serial killer shit.
Right.
You never get the victim family conversation. You never get that.
No.
Obviously because it's really fucking sad and people just want violence and all that shit. But I don't know. She has her shit together enough that I knew she wasn't just gonna fucking like flip out or cry or like snap. I mean, she has had to put that deep down to just function. She's got kids and fucking family to worry about. So
and her fucking husband with fucking cancer, she's got to handle. I mean,
brain cancer for 10 years on top of fucking everything else.
Non-operational brain, right? Like, I heard that correctly in the podcast?
That is
right?
correct. Yeah,
I don't understand.
Fuck.
How you wake up in the morning.
The dealer dealt them out. The cards were, fuck you. Fuck you.
Here comes the turn. Fuck you harder.
But she still manages to have like a good personality. She's good to kids. She's running businesses. I mean, she's fucking got it together.
Going to sex parties.
Yeah, and sex parties. That's good times.
But I notice a theme with your podcast. It's a sex parties.
No.
I bet you. You know what? When we're done covering the list, we're gonna go back and we're gonna look at how many discussed sex parties. I bet you more than half.
Go fuck yourself.
Unless I missed something on Adam's podcast.
Fucking piece of shit. I'm sure he does. I mean, he's a good-looking dude. Of course, he's like just fucking sucking and fucking left and right. Right, Matt?
Whoa! You just out him?
No.
He's going to come by here and choke you out like a child.
Probably would.
Just like
Probably would be pretty easy for him, too. Just like, I'm just going to make you run in like a circle for like a minute and a half. Then you're not going to be able to do any more moving.
Right.
It's a smart move.
It's a good plan.
It's how you fight the fatties. I read that in a CIA manual handbook.
I don't think you did.
No, that's how you do
it. Is that the anarchist cookbook?
No, it's a CIA manual.
Mein Kampf?
Like how to kill fat people.
Oh.
It's a whole subsection.
That's how you run down the deer, you know? You shoot them so they bleed out, and then you run them down. You keep running them.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that how the Indians used to do it? With the bows and the arrows and
the engines.
The engines. Isn't that the term? No? Isn't that right?
I'm pretty sure even Indians is offensive now. Engines is going a whole other step further.
Let's call Nick and see what he likes to be referred to as. Native American?
He did have this feather neck tattoo. No, but yeah, with Carrie's like, I like that one too.
We're not talking about Carrie anymore. We're talking about Nicole.
Right.
Wow.
But I went
You don't even know.
No, fuck you. Like, Nicole's got deleted.
Okay,
but I'm just saying.
Yeah, let's go back to Carrie. Let's talk about Carrie's sex parties.
That is not what happened. That was the cleanest piece of content I've ever created in my life.
Correct.
Did I even? I don't even think I cussed.
You did.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. Oh. I noted it.
Well, I'm a monster.
Monster's human. But anyways.
Yes, Nicole.
Yes, Nicole. I mean, again, the similar thing, you know, she was talking, you were listening, but you were engaged, and, you know, there's a story there.
No, I mean...
Hopefully she writes a book one day.
Like the chef stuff behind the scenes, like being the scrub for like a super high-class restaurant. I didn't know that shit. What the fuck are the people that are called that have
the
to
blockers
stand in front of you when you leave?
So you don't have to
just
look
so
at the
rich
riffraff?
people didn't have to see them? Jesus Christ!
You watch all those shows and, the cooking shows, and it's always like the head chef yelling, "You stupid! It tastes like shit!" You know?
Is that the accent that they have?
Yeah, it's always like a French guy.
Oh.
It tastes like shit! You know? And then
I believe it's merde.
And then he throws the soup on the ground, right? And you always think like, there's no way kitchens are like that in real life. And she's like, no, worked in San Francisco. It was worse.
Yeah. Literally couldn't come out of the basement. Not the kitchen.
Right.
The basement of the kitchen. So anyone could even see her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like almost like, I don't even want to say almost. That's like subhuman conditions.
Yeah, that's literally being treated subhuman.
Right.
Yeah, and I was just like, holy fuck.
That's like the Chinese in the 1800s. Like,
is that what it is?
Beat it. We don't want to see your kind here.
God damn it. There were laws against just being Chinese. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. No, fuck. All right, let's get to Skylar's episode.
Woo, buddy.
Oh, the... Wow.
This piece of work.
That one definitely totally went off the rails. We were both drinking, and then also the idea for him to like earn some money, because he'll basically do anything for a substantial amount of money. I got him to agree to that GoFundMe. They took my GoFundMe down.
I was the first to donate.
An hour and 40 minutes. Yeah.
I donated $50.
There were 4 donations when
really?
it got taken down. Yeah.
Nice.
It all got refunded automatically. But the GoFundMe was raised $10,000 and Skylar will go jerk off a homeless guy. And there were stipulations. I listed them on the GoFundMe. Like, it has to be this. It can't be this.
Consensual.
He can never have any time to knowing this person consensual. Obviously consensual. Verbal consent.
No, there'd be a contract.
We'd have it recorded.
All right.
So he would verbal consent record it. But he said he'd still, if you figure out a way to do it, make me an OnlyFans, he would do it.
I wonder how that would work with I don't even know really how OnlyFans works.
OnlyFans is like a monthly subscription.
Right?
I don't pay fucking horse.
Yeah, it's not.
I get my porn like an American, free on Pornhub.
Okay.
No. When I want to see a grown man jerk off a homeless man, I go to Pornhub. Like a goddamn American. No, but that, I think because of our drunkenness, it stuck on that for so long. But
I don't think so. I'll be honest, and not to like move too far ahead, because I think Brandy's the next episode.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I think, and I messaged you with Brandy, like I think that one went on like 30 minutes, just a little too long drunkenness.
Yeah.
Like after that third bathroom break, I was like, okay, they need to wrap this up because this is too much.
There really was a third bathroom break.
There was, yeah. But not that it was bad or anything, but I was like, okay, we're rehashing the same stuff.
Yeah.
So to go to like to jump back to the Skylar, I don't think it really went on too long. It felt to me like you were hammering out the details and trying to get him locked in.
No.
Listen. I love Skylar. He's a great guy.
But you want him to jerk off a homeless man.
Well, no. Getting him to commit and doing something is like nailing Jell-O to a wall, right?
Very true.
So you need to get this guy hyper fucking focused on something to get him excited about it.
Okay.
And I think that's what you did.
I did have to really zero in on it. Yeah. Because once he does commit, it's locked in. It's going to happen. But getting that commit, that's very hard.
And I will say, to expand on Skylar, here that was really funny. Hearing his version of the Pocahontas stuff, and then getting Brandy on the next episode and hearing her version of the Pocahontas stuff. Oh, it's so great. It was the best. It's amazing because like Skylar, like he tries to play it off kind of cool.
Just omit some information that makes him look like a giant piece of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's too little bit of time. I'm not sure.
Just kind of do this.
Right. And then you hear like it was like a year and a half before he could even like be in the same room.
Exactly. That was my fucking favorite.
Great.
No, but yeah, hearing his version of his throuple that he had for a while was obviously his omitted version with little bits and pieces missing and the really horrible shit and embarrassing stuff.
Yep.
Didn't come out till Brandy's episode.
Right. It's like he gave you like the PG-13 version of it, and Brandy came in and like dropped like the X-rated version.
He gave like the PG-13 propaganda version.
Right. Yeah. He's like, I don't know. They were having sex and I was playing video games. It was fine. We had a good time.
Your voice of
my Skylar voice.
I don't like anything.
No, that is one thing that I learned though. I will say his definition and his breakdown of his meh versus his it was all right. Like that was interesting. He talked about how he classifies
his spectrum.
It. He's like nothing is good. Everything's horrible.
Yeah.
He's like, but some stuff is it's okay. Like
there's not like I fucking look like he never has that enthusiasm about anything.
Right. So that was enlightening to me is his friend because I'd never heard him express it. I just assumed he was miserable all the time.
Yeah. Well, he is.
Well, yeah. But like it's like this like thing where like most people have or they're like a 50, right? They're like right in the middle.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
And then like good shit happens. You're like, oh, I'm a 75 today. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Bad shit happens. Oh, I'm a 10. Skylar starts at like a 10.
Yeah.
So like his man when he gets to 25 is like blowing his fucking socks off.
Yeah. When he gives a meh, I'm like, okay, I can maybe check it out. When he says that was fucking trash, I'm like, I'll double check.
Right.
And then if
I'm going to have to check the work on this one.
I mean, he has to really go hard, like have a couple of sentences of how fucking garbage it is.
Right.
For me to be like, okay, it's actually bad.
Right. Because he thinks everything's bad anyway.
Yeah.
So like if he has a specific reason, then I'm like, okay, maybe I'll hear this out.
Like his rant about the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones.
Right.
Full rant.
Yes.
Like, okay, you're right. I'm with you, Skylar.
Sure.
Fucking trash. Trash, Kevin.
It's fine.
Trash.
I've learned to deal with idiots often. Idiots and bad opinions.
No, you know what? Fuck this. We're going off on this tangent right now.
Okay.
Because somewhere along the line, you were just like, you know what? A lot of work went into Game of Thrones, and I just really respect that they put it together for me. You were just so straight about it. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Listen.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Nobody's going to step forward and be like, do you know season 7 was the best season of Game of Thrones of all time? Nobody's saying that. Who is saying that season 7 was fucking fantastic?
Nobody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're being a Skylar right now is the problem.
No.
You're like, your expectations, right? Oh,
You know,
no.
Firstly, how dare you?
You're a reverse Skylar. That's the worst part. I'm doing like a real like Bernie Sanders, like, the fat cats in Washington.
10% of the 2%.
You don't know. No, like fucking, you're being a reverse Skylar, right? Like you starting at a 75. So
What?
your expectations are at like a 75 and it falls to like a 50 and you're like,
No.
this is fucking trash.
That was less than 50.
Okay, whatever you're.
But I agree with you. They set the bar really
They did.
fucking high with the first 4 seasons.
Right.
They were some of the best TV ever. I can't argue
Agreed.
that. That was really goddamn good. And then more stupid people came in, and the books were gone, and
Right.
he had no more material.
just make it up.
So everything got so stupid and diluted, and there was
Agreed.
no more political shit. It was just explosions and dragon fire.
I wouldn't say there was no more political shit, but they had to, like, at a certain point, without any of the books to like guide
Right.
them on what to do, they had to be like,
and we
so I
got to
guess-
wrap this up because all these actors want out.
right? Like, okay, so John, he's gonna die and then come back. Oh fuck. Okay, hold on. Wait. And then Sam's gonna go. Okay, hold on. He's gonna heal Jorah because fucking reasons. I mean, it doesn't. Yes, it doesn't make sense. It was not well written. But this is what I would say. If I look at it season 7 as a whole, right, or as an individual season, it wasn't
that season 8 was the final?
I don't know. They did, I think, was that the weird one?
Are you-
Weird one where they did
Well,
like
I
8
hated
episodes
the
and
last
8
two.
episodes?
I hated the last 2 seasons.
I don't know.
But the last season was
But see, that's the thing. They did that weird thing where, like, normally the episodes were they have like 10 or 12, right? And
Yeah,
then, like the last
like an
2
hour,
seasons,
yeah.
they were like 6 or some
Right,
shit,
right,
right?
yeah.
So I don't know.
because explosions.
Right, explosions.
CGI is very
See, but
expensive.
one of my favorite episodes was on that second to last season when they go north beyond the wall is basically like the band of heroes when it's John.
And the Hound.
and
that was
Barrick.
That wasn't okay.
No, that was a fucking badass episode. Don't
Okay,
even
that-
shut your fucking hole. That was a bad episode. And then the dragon dies. The dragon fucking swoops in and torches all the
Okay.
fucking guys. And
That was a pretty good episode.
that was a fantastic episode.
fair.
But
I'll give it to you.
that season was not good. The season after that, I'm not saying it was good. I'm saying it was mediocre at best. But
Okay, thank you.
when you take
That's all I wanted.
the show as a whole,
I got what I wanted.
I've told you this many times. When you take the show as a whole, all the seasons together,
Trash.
it works for me. It works for me. Everybody's like, it ruined everything.
Yeah, it did.
If you're no, I'm sorry.
No, if you have Act 1, Act 2, and then Act 3 shits the bed, the whole structure of everything.
No, because I don't think they went. No, they didn't go back and shit all over everything else. Like
Yes, they
there has been some shows movies where they will theatrically retcon everything that they've built up just to shit all over the source
Are
material.
you
in the
talking
originals.
about Star Wars?
I would never, because God
Are you
forbid.
talking about Star Wars?
Never in a million years.
Because someone sounds an awful lot Skylery when they're talking about new Star Wars. What are your thoughts on The Last Jedi?
oh, it was fantastic cinema. It's great.
I mean, I remember when we went, it was already a hot steaming dumpster fire, and then the fire alarm went off.
Yeah, that should have
And
been
we should have
been our
left.
signal.
We should have left.
Should have been our
'Cause
signal
What
to
did we
leave.
get, like 20, 30 minutes in,
Something
and
like
the
that.
fire alarm went off?
Yeah.
Man, I
Yes.
was like, should have just kept going. Should have not even gone back in.
Star Wars, The Last Jedi, and even what was the last one called? Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
I don't know, all the new ones. They've ruined Star Wars for me at this point in life. I need to see something of actual substance that's engaging. Everybody talks about, oh, Mandalorian, let's jerk off the Mandalorian. Oh, baby Yoda. No.
No, you hate it. Like, you won't watch any of the cartoons.
No.
You fucking I absolutely hated the last year. I mean, I thought that was the worst Star Wars movie. I mean, it was absolutely fucking terrible, and it made me mad how terrible it was. But third one was it was still just as worse, maybe like 1% less as bad, maybe, but it was still terrible too.
I think the problem too, and Skylar, don't worry, we'll get back to you, honey. The worst part I think about it is like episode 7 came out, and I enjoyed episode 7. Like, I thought it was
sure.
I'm not saying it was great, but like I watched it, I was like, wow, okay, so we can have a Star Wars movie and it not be the prequels and it be pretty good. You know, it was enjoyable to watch. And then, you know, Return of the Jedi or whatever the hell it was called.
Last Jedi.
I don't know.
It's out.
It's gone.
Right,
The knowledge is gone. You know, comes out and it's like, remember all that cool shit we've built up over 8 movies. Fuck you!
Well, the big thing was that the guy helming it hated Star Wars.
Well, that was a fantastic choice to direct it.
I mean, it was, no, you could just tell the guy hated Star Wars and everything that it did. And like, he just, all right, I hate Star Wars. I'm going to make a movie about how I hate Star Wars with all the characters.
Right. I'm going to shit on everything.
Yeah. And
that everybody's been doing.
I remember when we walked out, wasn't there a guy who asked you, like, oh, so what'd you think? And then you said something like, it was actually pretty funny, but I don't remember what you said now. You said something like,
probably funny. Yeah.
Probably. I don't really want to think about it.
I'm really clever.
No. It was just funny. It wasn't clever. Like, you just made a fart noise. But no. But yeah, back to Skylar, because
I'm sure
he's fast forwarded through that whole tangent.
I'm sure he's upset that we didn't spend all of our time talking about Skylar.
But Skylar and Brandy's episodes, I had to do a follow up to his,
right?
Because I had just gotten little bits and pieces from Brandy, and like, these are lining up real good. I'm gonna let Brandy go off.
Let's go ahead and let the real story be told.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can kind of discuss the episodes almost as a whole, because it's kind of like a super episode. I've known Brandy. We've hung out with Brandy. We've, partied with Brandy. Hearing her actually tell stories without Skylar interrupting her, although he did attempt multiple times to interrupt her, was extremely interesting.
Right.
Yes. To hear her version of all this shit.
Nothing's omitted or manipulated at all.
Right. Yeah.
We're just getting real facts.
Getting real information. Yeah. Super interesting. Hearing the female perspective of the throuple and why it was a thing.
Right.
Really interesting.
Right. Yeah.
Skylar couldn't fulfill her womanly emotional needs. And so she was like, I'm going to go do something about that. And Skylar's like, nah, okay.
I'm gonna play video game.
Okay.
I'm Skylar.
It's a bad Skylar.
He does do that though. I'm Skylar.
Is he a Muppet?
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't want this to be shitting all over Skylar. I like Skylar.
I really want it to be shitting.
Skylar is an enjoyable person to be around because he makes everybody else happy because he's so sad.
That is true. You have something to like, wow, I could be Skylar.
Right. This could be way worse. Right.
I get it.
No, I mean, to hear Brandy's side of the things and like, again, to go back to the sexual exploits of everything or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, to hear from her perspective of where it was coming from.
Right.
It's way different than obviously what Skylar, who kind
it's
of just like
full story.
Right. He's like just falling into these situations. Like he's like bumbling and he's like, I don't know. And then he's like, oh, okay. 2 vaginas. Great. Like, and like, I don't know. It's I just love it because I think and just take the sexual stuff out of it. Like, I'm not even talking about just that, but like for a guy who like is so like everything sucks. Like, not everything has sucked, Skylar.
Yeah.
Like, you got a good job. He might not enjoy it. He's got a good job, makes a good living, owns his own house, has lots of dogs.
He does have a lot of dogs. I think he's up to 6 dogs now.
6 dogs. His house, I mean, honestly, he's redone his whole house. It looks beautiful inside.
Legit. Yeah.
He has freedom to do a lot of shit that he wants to do. His girlfriend seemingly is nice, and she likes to get down with some weird stuff, so he always has something interesting and new to do.
Like pegging him. I believe we brought that up a few times.
Okay. The pegging.
Yeah.
Was this an ongoing joke, or was this a sure
No. This
certain, like, Brandy has made it the comment, yes, I have put a dildo in Skylar's butthole.
without question.
Okay.
Gone into Skylar's butt.
That's amazing.
No.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well done,
No,
Skylar.
yeah. I mean, once you've done all of the horrible things he's done, I mean, what excites him anymore, you know?
I guess that's a good point.
I mean, he's just got to get pegged.
Well, Brandy probably needs to work on, right? What's the old joke? Lesbians, what is it? Lesbians with strap-ons. It's not the same because they lack the lower back strength for thrusting. It's somebody's joke. I think maybe it's a Bert Kreischer joke. I don't know.
God.
But yeah, they're not good at sex. So it's not the same. Being pegged obviously isn't the same as being fucked by a guy. Because girls lack the lower back strength for the thrust.
We should ask Skylar what the
We should ask him.
the
We should ask him what it was, yeah.
The difference between being fucked by a dude
right.
and pegged.
Yeah.
Because fucked and pegged, different.
Way different.
I'm just thinking about it.
Me too. Thinking about, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm thinking about how it happened to Skylar. Like, was he on all fours? Was he laying on his back, like
laying
spread
on his
eagle?
back, legs up missionary
Right.
behind his ears, just like
Or-
this.
Or even worse, was he on top? Was it like a reverse cowgirl situation?
Oh God! Like he was taking a shit, just like
Yeah, like a reverse cowgirl.
wow.
Like he's just riding that fucking strap on.
Well, I was pretty drunk. Otherwise, that seems like a question I would have asked.
Yeah.
Because wow. Or he could have just been on his side and just like looking up and
The spoon.
be gentle.
The spooning situation.
Please be gentle. But yeah, he's had tons of stuff up his butt.
Okay, all right.
That's certainty.
That's great.
Yeah.
I know he likes chowder, so that's chowder.
God.
It's an inside joke.
Oh, stirring up that chowder.
No, but so the only criticism that I had, and I think I messaged you this, is during the Brandy episode when you got
We were so drunk.
trashed.
Yeah.
And like you kept hammering home, like, so you can get another girlfriend? You gonna get another girlfriend, Brandy? You guys gonna have another girlfriend? And she was like, no, I don't really think so. I want to go home and play video games now. And you're like, but you can't have another girlfriend?
I was.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And Skylar was asleep, covered in blankets and nachos or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, to wrap up these episodes as a whole, the only advice that I would give you for 10 more is be involved and make sure you're asking questions and you're challenging, but you're concise too. Don't let your episodes drag on.
Okay, that's fair. And I think part of the dragging on was drunkenness and some of the other stuff, like at the beginning with like Jason Cole. I didn't want to challenge it because I just wanted it.
No,
to
I get it.
I wanted that crazy spiral of crazy
I get
time.
it. Maybe you should invite him back. I mean, we should do one of those things where like you.
No. After the everything's done with the inauguration and everything, I told him I wanted to come back and let's go.
You should bring on like one of like the anti-Q people to like challenge him on stuff and like have him go back and forth.
Oh God.
Be great,
oh my
right?
God. That probably would be, and I can just moderate.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That would
Should
be.
look into that. I don't know who's like super like knowledgeable into the anti-Q stuff. Because I mean, I would be like, oh, I'd do it, but I don't know fucking like jack shit.
Like normal people.
But it's not though, because he's like, well, I mean, the moon is a derelict spaceship trapped in our orbit, and I'd be like, no, it's not. It is not that thing. And he'd be like, well, how do you know that it's not? And I'd be like, well, how do you know that it is? And then we'd be at a
it'd be
stalemate.
that kind of
It'd
debate.
be a stalemate.
Okay.
So you would need somebody to be like,
an actual scientist. Well, the moon's actually made out of blah,
right,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah, blah,
The
blah.
moon, we've determined based on samples that it came from the blah, blah, blah belt of the asteroid.
Oh, that
and-
part. Oh, yeah. It's actually a piece of Earth that broke off and.
I read the other day they thought that for a long time, but it's not anymore.
Oh, that's not the.
I don't think
really?
so. I don't think that's the consensus anymore. It's not a piece of the Earth that broke off.
Oh, I remember growing up. That's what we were taught. We were fucking lied to.
Public education. And Pluto was a planet.
Didn't it come back to being a planet?
I think they classified it. It was like one of those like half-ass
dwarf
things.
planet
Yeah,
or
they were like,
whatever?
"You're not
Yeah.
a real planet, Pluto.
You're a dwarf
You're
planet."
a dwarf planet."
Oh, fuck you, Pluto. So, those episodes, yeah, I had fun. Like, because with Skylar's, I was like, afterwards, like, you know what? I got to bring in his girlfriend because he omitted and left stuff out and did all this. Brando will give the dirt.
I will be honest though, Skylar, he was very forthcoming with information because like we've poked at him in the past, and he like
good use of words.
And he's been very evasive with his answers. But sitting here, he was just like, I mean, for the most part, I think.
Yeah, no, I mean he was pretty straight, but just omission.
Right,
like he just left
He left out the whole "I'm humping Brandy's foot" thing.
The foot thing
was hilarious.
Still to this day, I'm still like laughing about that. How Brandy said, no, he came in and like started touching my feet.
Right.
And it was really weird and gross.
And I was like, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing?
That was fucking hilarious. He tried to get involved by touching feet. Get the fuck out of here.
But I'll be honest,
this up.
Is a normal person, right? If like, I don't know, if I was in a throuple, right? I don't know how the fuck you would initiate that. Like if my girl's, chowing box and going to town on another girl, like where do I be like, you're playing like Chinese jump rope. You're like, where am I going to jump in? Where am I going to go? How's this happening? Like, and Skylar is not, for all of his faults, a master communicator. So like, I'm sure that that whole situation could have been resolved much earlier in time before he tried to sneak in and rub a foot, you know?
I remember asking like if he touched her foot with his wiener.
I don't think it was. I think you asked Brandy that, and she was like, "No, I don't think so."
Just his hands. He was just grabbing his yank. Okay, I don't remember, but I was
like, "Let me rub your toes."
Is that the voice again?
That's a Skylar sex voice. Let me rub your toes.
Oh God! All right, so you didn't even listen to the last one.
No, I listened to Jeff. I listened to him to like I said, I listened to most of it, but at a certain point, I was like, okay, I couldn't
digest
keep it up
anymore.
to it. It was too much. But it was interesting.
I tried to layman terms it because I didn't know shit at the time. I tried to look, dial it back with the verbiage and the fucking crazy bananas.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah, Jeff. When you told me that you were having Jeff on, I was like, that's impossible. Jeff doesn't have a social media presence.
Right? Yeah.
He's closer to the Jason spectrum than he is to the Skylar spectrum.
Yeah, that's true.
And I like I said, I love Jeffrey.
Yeah.
But man, like he
knew.
knew his shit, man.
And
he was like, listing off the ticker tape, symbols, and the guys who he listens to for advice and all this shit. And I'm like, wow.
It was a lot of info to get dumped. It was a huge info dump. And I tried to parse through it and layman term it up a little bit just to make it more digestible. But he's just done the deep dive and gone so deep into it. But hey, I listened to some of the shit he kind of suggested to me and fucking 3 times my investment. So
no, I mean,
fuck it.
Again, it's a burgeoning industry.
Yeah,
the crypto
stuff is changing stuff.
Super volatile and all that. But like, I don't know. I mean, he's confident in it. He spoke with confidence.
Yeah,
and like, I don't know. I mean, seemingly he was right.
And not one mention of orgies. How proud of me.
Well, I didn't finish the episode, so I'm assuming you asked him about sex parties.
No, they didn't get to that. This was cryptocurrency, and it did not get to pegging or feet touching, orgies.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Motherfucker.
But no, the interesting part that I remember with Jeff's podcast that the beginning-ish parts is him talking about his experiences and like his life. Like that stuff was pretty interesting. He's talking about his job and I mean all the getting to know you stuff. Sure. When you first do the intro into the podcast and you find out like what somebody's interested in. Once you started talking about what he's interested in, I was gone in the wind. But him talking about himself, and discussing that and you asking the questions, it's good stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe I'll have to interrupt a little more, get a little more play there, but I think that's all the episodes, and I wanted to bring you in to do a little recap on that. Maybe why do you stop fucking repeating me?
Repeating.
Too easy.
It was.
No, but I wanted to bring you that. I'm going to bring you in for another different episode on your other specialty.
Yeah, which is Blowjobs?
Banking.
Banking
shit.
Same thing.
Yeah. Banking's the... But layman terms, not talking about all your derivatives and your other nonsense.
I don't know any of that shit. I just knew how to open up fake accounts.
Jesus Christ. How to launder that sweet cash.
How to launder that sweet money. Pump up that Wells Fargo stock, baby.
Yeah, so we fucking... we can get into that next time. But for this one, is there anything, like, overall with all of the episodes? Like, I know you've said... If you're just not interested in this topic, you're not going to stick around. I mean, that's just natural.
Yes and no, though, because like go back to like the beginning, like with Abby and even like Alice. Like I read those and I'm like, okay, I can pretty much take a guess in regards to the S&M shit, you know.
Sure.
But it was actually interesting to hear from her perspective. So like, I think my advice to you would be because you did it for most of the episodes. When you're talking with somebody, engage with them. Don't let them just talk about something, right? You want to, you should be asking them to help you understand it. What does it mean to them?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Because those have been the most interesting podcasts so far.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, it helps like adapt it and make it more digestible for an audience to listen to it because I'm trying to get it too.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you explain to people why you love Season 8 of Game of Thrones so much? Come on.
I like that it makes everybody so angry, and the troll deep down inside of me loves that.
So you think Season 8 of Game of Thrones is just a big troll?
Right. Pretty much. Yeah, exactly. I love that everybody at the end is like, why the fuck is Jon back up at the fucking wall? It's so stupid. He should be the king. Why is Bran the king? I love that people get so angry about it. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. You write a better story.
But that was always the thing with Game of Thrones. It was never about the end destination part. It was always about the shit that happened in between. As long as it lined up or it was unexpected or surprising. No, I mean, when the logic and lore and everything else all lined up, even if it was fucked up and terrible, it was good storytelling. That whole fucking last 2 seasons was hot garbage.
Really, the last 3 episodes were all just a pile of trash. It was burning trash. It made no sense why fucking Greyjoy showed up with hella ships. Why there was like another like blonde-haired commander with all these troops. None of it.
There was no build-up. There was no writing. It was just like, this is happening now.
It was like, we got to end this. Yeah. But I will say, like, people shit on the whole like Jon going back to the wall thing. To me, 100% makes sense for his character. And that that show. He's not gonna. What's he gonna do? Stay around and be the king? He's gonna be the king of the North? No, he's like, I don't know. I've always been up at the wall, and I'm with my buddy Tormund and all that shit. Like, yeah. Of course, that's where he was gonna go.
No, that ending, like, that didn't really bother me. I mean, that kind of made sense for everything, and that's probably what, Martin fucking had them do. Like, he told them, this is where he's gonna end up after it's all said and done. Which. Right.
Bran as the king makes 0 sense. That doesn't make a lick of sense. If George Martin intended to have Bran as the king,
maybe there's more of the time travel-y, like, impacting other shit in the books or that, and they just fucking said, dump that. We're not going to play with it in the show. Who fucking knows, man?
That's the one thing I'll say. Why the fuck are we even talking about Game of Thrones? This was like 2.5 years ago.
Because you defended
Let's talk about a good show. The Expanse.
That's a good call. I think that's probably The Expanse and The Boys are probably the best 2 shows.
Amazon's got them both.
Yeah,
Amazon's killing it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of anything else like actively on right now that's been as good as those, but those are probably the 2 best shows out right now. Sure. What do you got? Do you got anything else?
No. I've been trying to tell you about that show, Warrior.
Oh, on HBO?
Fucking.
You didn't tell me.
Yes, I did.
Tons of Asian titties, bro.
Well, yes, it's got Asian titties. So it's one of those shows, right? It's basically, think of like Deadwood, but in like San Francisco. Mm-hmm. So like turn of the century, like after the Civil War, San Francisco. You got the Irish that are basically disillusioned because the Chinese are coming in as cheap labor. And it's basically like, and you have the mayor's office, and it's like political wheeling and dealing behind the scenes. But then you have like the Chinese like gangs fighting for territory. So it's like hella action every episode. Whorehouse. Political wheeling and dealings behind the scenes.
I'm a fan.
It's good, man. It's good. Like the The first 3 episodes, you watch it and you're like, oh, this is just kind of like a cheesy, like actiony, like fighting show. But as the season goes on, no,
it actually has some
depth
depth
to it. Like,
okay,
some good stuff.
Well, they had to suck in the stupid people and then weed it out after they brought in.
I mean, I'm not saying it's like hella well written. Like, it's not like a.
It's not amazing.
No, it's not amazing.
I got you.
But it's good. It's enjoyable.
All right, well, hey, those are the big ones right now. But I think that's pretty much everything, man. I wanted to bring in for this, and then we'll fucking do another one, do the banking stuff, because you know how to launder money and do all the illicit financial activity.
Steal.
That's good. Yeah, steal money.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Reallocate?
Reallocate. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay. I like to end it on a high five. That makes me happy. But anything else to say to the folks at home?
No. Go fuck yourselves.
God. Oh, wow. All right. All right, buddy. Well, let's fucking call it a show.
Okay.
I love you. God damn it. Bye!